Yes, 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 yes. We're back again. We're back again. Hello, everybody. Yes, welcome to Olastic Views, and I'm so glad you're here. You're here again, and yes, we're back again. We're back. We're back. We're back on this channel, and yes. So today we're going to talk about a few things. This topic was kind of brought about because I kind of put it down a while ago, but now I'm going to talk about it, and then we can expand on it more another day. But the topic will be yes, you're not bored, you're not lazy, and you're certainly not unmotivated. So guess what? Most times today, a lot of people, when they're doing something or they started doing something or something is going a certain way, there are times where you might feel, I don't know, people, there's still people that say, oh, I'm bored, or this is boring, or I feel like I'm so lazy, or I'm unmotivated. I feel, it's always, when people hear that, it's always thought of as a bad thing when people say that, because, that's how it sounds. But to be honest, it's really not a bad thing to be either lazy, bored, or unmotivated. The main, like, literally, that is actually a sign. That is a sign, and you need to think about why you're feeling this way, or why you're feeling a certain way about certain things, because that is a good sign, and that is a good life changer for a lot of people. Because think about businesses that grow, or success stories, blah blah blah, people that fulfill their purpose, their god-given purpose, or achieve their goals, or whatever, things like that. It's usually as though maybe they were doing something at some point in their life, and maybe they even got fired. Either they got fired, or maybe they just felt like, this is not working for me because I'm not doing my job well enough, or I'm not doing this particular thing well enough, or I feel bored, I feel lazy, I feel like I don't want to do this anymore. It's a good sign. It means it means then don't do it anymore. Why? Because God has a plan and a purpose for every single person on this earth, and there's a reason why we're all here today, and there's a reason why we can live. There's a reason why I can wear this clothes, because someone made it, or someone knows how to make it. There's a reason why you can get a house, because people know how to build it. Everyone has things to do, and that's why I never see anything as minute or not relevant. I don't look at anything as oh, that's such a small thing to do, because everyone is in different things to do different things and fulfill their purpose here on earth. Literally, and I always tell my friends this, I'm like, someone's purpose may just be to be a great mother. Your whole life purpose, your whole life goal may just be to be a great father. And guess what? You could be a great mother and be a mother to maybe someone, or son, or a daughter that becomes a billionaire, maybe that a billionaire, or that becomes someone very impactful in this world, or becomes a missionary, or becomes someone that leads a lot of people to Christ, or becomes someone that does and builds new technology for the whole world, in another, to use in another how many years. So everybody has a purpose, so nothing is too small, too little. So first of all, why are you feeling this way? That's the first thing that I feel everyone should ask themselves. When you feel that you're lazy, you're bored, you're unmotivated, why are you feeling this way? What are you currently doing that you don't like? And you don't need to be shouting everywhere like, I'm so bored. What? Like, I feel like there's no reason to be bored these days. Like, if you are bored, lie down, close your eyes, and sleep. Honestly, because there's, like, we're in this day and age, we're so equipped with so much technology, so much everything. There's also so much freedom. I mean, in general, in terms of this part of the world, there's so much freedom. So what are you, it's okay it's okay, but what I'm just saying is that you're not actually bored, because there's many things that you could be doing. You could even just lie down and be reading something. You could lie down and call a friend. You can do anything. But that's okay. Maybe I should talk about boredom, but yeah, that's in terms of boredom. Yes, you can always analyze, like, okay, why am I feeling this way? It's not always, I don't know. I don't want to say, let me not say it's not okay. It's not childish, but it's like, there's just in terms of boredom, I feel there's always something to do, or you have to analyze what you are doing. But guess what? If you are bored, then know that you're not actually bored. It's a good sign. It's a good sign if you feel that you're bored. It just means that you need something that maybe you're passionate about and that you really like, or you feel that you can do, or you want to try. Then go for it, then try it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to read some Bible verses to just encourage everyone. But another thing is that there's a reason why, and that you should check the reason why, because it's valid, like I said before. And yeah, this might just be a sign. And a lot of people, life changes from that moment in time when you realize, like, okay, this is something I don't necessarily feel energetic about anymore, and I feel like I do want to try something else, or I want to see what's God's actual purpose for me. Because not everyone is always trying to rush to do this, do that, do that. Not everybody needs to be that. Not everyone needs to do certain things in life that society makes you to feel like those are the steps. Or go to school, get a job, get married, things like that. Everybody has a different life purpose, and I pray and hope that everyone finds that and God allows you to understand it. Now, in terms of the other part of this video, it's just realizing that although it's good to know yourself and see, okay, if this is not necessarily like, okay, if I want to change something, then let me change it. What I also wanted to mention is that there's some things in life that it might actually be your purpose, but you get to a point where you might just feel very overwhelmed by it, or very and that's perfectly normal. There's this quote about the path to get to the destination is not always smooth, it's not always straight. You might face obstacles, you might face downsides. It's kind of like school sometimes. A lot of times when we go to school to either get a good degree and things like that, you might take some classes that you don't necessarily like. You're not supposed to enjoy every class. You're going to take some boring classes, but guess what, everything is what you make of it. So you just make what you can of it, and you know that it's the end goal that matters. And it's okay if you're bored now. It doesn't mean just because one class is boring then you say, oh, that's no longer my major, or that's not this, I no longer have to do this. But this is just like a small disclaimer part of this, to know that, okay, there are some things that it could be business, it could be anything, it could be your purpose. There are some things that you gotta need to really, but it's always kind of obvious, because there's some things whereby if it's your purpose and you even fall behind and you feel kind of tired or lazy about, you're gonna find yourself going back to that thing, like, okay, let me try again another day, let me see how I can work around it, or let me see how I can do this better. You're gonna find yourself still pursuing that thing. But guess what, for all those things that you get unmotivated about, you get bored about, you get lazy about, they're not necessarily things that could be your purpose, to be honest. And let me give an example in terms of, okay, for example, like school. I know a lot of us are in school, and that's great, but guess what, not everybody's is okay. School is great, it helps you a lot in your life endeavors, but a lot of us are in school. But some people forget that things can be, what was my point again, it just skipped my mind, but things can be a bit different for everyone. And yeah, it's you just, at that point in your life where you're at that stage, just know that, okay, now you're here to do this. Whatever you're doing, do your best in. So you're here to do this, you're here to do what you can, get your degree and graduate, and learn and everything like that. But yeah, so I hope that was clear. And yeah, I just wanted to encourage you that you're not bored, you're not unmotivated, and you're not lazy. And if you are feeling that way, it's a great sign. It means there's something else better for you. And I pray and I hope that you ask God about it, and you feel alive in your purpose and what you're actually supposed to be doing. So thank you so much, you all. I'm gonna okay, let me, before I close, let me just, yeah, these are some verses I found earlier. Ephesians 2 verse 10, it says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which God prepared in advance for us to do. Then there's Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. This just kind of explains that a lot of times we always have so many desires of what we want to do, what we don't want to do, or things like that. But honestly, if you just put it in God's hands, it will prevail over your life, and you find yourself, the inner thoughts and your inner purpose would align with things that God has actually, the talent and the gifts that God has actually put in you. Proverbs 20 verse 5 says, the purposes of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. And one who has insight is one who's gonna, see those things as they are, and you're gonna see your purpose and what you're actually meant to do. So thank you all so much for watching, and please subscribe, comment about what you think about this, your opinion, and just, have you ever felt really unmotivated about something? How did you get out of it, or what did you use to encourage yourself? And if you have any other verses to share, words of encouragement to others, there's always the platform for it. So yes, thank you very much. Watch out for Elastic Views. Comment, like, and subscribe, and God bless you all. Bye.